I don't know if I started it. I mean,
Well, you brought Colin Oyama.
Colin was, my manager brought Colin, but yeah, Colin was the guy.
What year was that?
That's before I got to.
Were you in HB yet?
No, I was in Memphis.
What year was that?
I hadn't even fought yet, probably.
Let's see.
99?
Yeah, 99, 98.
Oh, shit. I was still in high school.
Wow.
Yeah. Colin was coaching me, I think, like 97. 97.
How old are you?
I'll be 48 this year.
2001.
Yeah, I'll be 47. You're just a little bit older than me.
Yeah.
Was that the same era that Jason Parrilo was coaching Tito?
Shortly after. Jason was my sparring partner.
Jason Parrilo.
He used to beat
right outside,
the shit out of me. Oh my God.
Really?
Yeah. So I trained, because they all trained at the Huntington Beach LA Boxing in the morning, and Jesse Reed was his coach. And so he's like Jesse Reed's protege. And so I would go in there and they're like, hey, you should train with these pro boxers. So it was at 6 a.m. I would teach class, and then I was fighting. So I was like, oh, I'll go train with these boxers. And mind you, I was a kickboxer. So I'm like, and they're like, don't kick me. I'm like, I'm not fucking kick you. And these guys were pros. Jason being one of them. And I'm thinking majority of the time, Jason would roll in there. He was like, I think a couple times he was drunk. And he literally would, the first time I sparred with him, he broke my nose and my eardrum, perforated my eardrum. Tiki was like, hey, bro, come down to my butt. And I was like, I had a couple fights, so I thought I was like, I'm that dude. The stance for Muay Thai and kickboxing is way different. You're more erect as opposed to your back stands tight, like taller. Boxing, you can change levels. And Jason was like, you change levels, and he'd hit you with like a triple hook. I was like, So I remember that was the very first time we ever sparred. And I was like, fuck.
Yeah,
Bear hasn't blinked since you said you was erect.
I did that on purpose.
No, I'm like super focused in on this because Jason Parrilo, obviously, he's Cheeto Vera's coach.
Yeah.
You know, Mackenzie Dern, Luke Rockhold, everybody. He's one of our Jackson House coaches and Santos Studio. But he always talks about those early days of LA boxing.
Yeah.
Talks about all these, like, I would call them more like pioneers. Like, you guys kind of trailblaze this. MMA is like very, very dominant in Orange County. Like, everybody wants to fight. There's gyms on every corner, and
This was the Mecca.
Came from you guys.
Yeah,
and that was called LA
around.
Boxing.
Is it still the Mecca for MMA or no?
No, I say it's Vegas now.
Yeah.
Or Miami.
Probably Vegas because they have the USCPI. They have 12 gyms, 12 agencies all around the UFC's.
But
gym.
this was.
That's
why I moved here.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It was like, this is where, like, if there was a Mount Rushmore, like, you got, it's all the dudes we trained with. So that's kind of the part that was like, I look back now through this lens and I go, oh man, like how fortunate it was.
Hey, do you remember training with Joe Son back in the day?
Dude, he was a total weirdo. So in high school, I couch surfed through high school. My parents had split up when I was a kid, and so I was like literally couch surfing. And then I got into going to the gym, and so I lived on 18th Street and Walnut in Huntington Beach, and Chemo and Josan lived on 18th Street and like Palm. So it was a couple blocks up, but it was on the same street. And they were in the UFC, and this is like 93, 94. They're walking down the street going to the beach, and they have like these big old Rottweilers. One of them was like probably bigger than Josan.